Hello, everyone, and thank you for your time and attention. This is Amanda Miller, and I'm Mark Strong. And today you'll hear from many amazing businesses, but I'm fairly certain we're the only global movement making an appeal today. We may not be who you think of when it comes to tools and repair, but that's exactly what empowers us that's exactly what suits us to empower folks who are not traditionally in those roles. We are part of the South King Tool Library, or SCITL, as Liz said, an equitable and innovative approach to tool lending and waste reduction. We're here today to share our newest development, the Tool Library Incubator Program, or TULIP. TULIP is our strategy for facilitating the success of tool libraries who are starting out or looking to expand.
To paint the full picture of our mission, we'll need to give you a little background besides explaining our original acronyms. Here. Our tool library is just like it sounds. You check out tools like you would books from a traditional library you're all familiar with, except then you get to use those borrowed things to transform the world around you. Before it was trendy to share rides or rent out your home, we grew up learning that you could borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor to maybe make a cake, so why not a drill to build a bookcase? Tool libraries allow residents to borrow tools without the burden of purchase, storage, or maintenance. Sharing in abundance helps participants to reduce waste, reduce consumption, and promote sustainability, all while supporting economic and social resilience.
Tool lending programs developed from neighborhood associations, sustainability groups, and libraries themselves. But we knew our approach needed to be intentional in our diverse region. Our 9-year journey had lots of turns, but that's another presentation. We opened the doors of our Federal Way location in 2020 and incorporated programs that included recycling, clothing swaps, and hands-on workshops. We know SCITL has found great alignment. We know SCITL has found great alignments and success through all of our programs because we're still here. Since 2020, we've created a huge community cost savings, diverted tons of waste, and prevented carbon emissions equal to more than 53 tons or 5 car trips around the Earth. With help from a few hundred volunteers, we've worked to complete thousands of checkouts of tens of thousands of tools. We've also been able to connect with dozens of tool libraries around the world for inspiration, direction, and innovation.
With tool libraries on nearly every continent, there's actually an abundance of information on how to get started, but those resources are scattered, outdated, and sometimes in desperate need of adaptation to a local community's needs. So the inventory and workshops of Iceland, for example, might not be as applicable to a budding tool library in Ghana. So think for a moment what a tool library in your community might need. Maybe iFixit kits, sewing machines, wheelchairs. How would you manage volunteers, donations, fiscal sponsorships, policies, contactless pickup? These are just a few examples of what we have directly heard from organizations and individuals setting out to start their own tool libraries and why it was a struggle for us to open. Throughout our development, I kept sharing with our team, this is hard because this has never been done before, not here and not now. We started to think, what could a coordinated plan to reduce redundancy look like?
Sharing, training, and empowerment are the core beliefs at SCITL. We are successful because of our comprehensive approach to tool lending and events that connect the community. Ultimately, everyone wins if they have access to a tool library, but we can't simply copy the same type of organization across different communities.
Our model would engage those that want to start a tool library, organizations that exist but want to add tool lending operations, or tool libraries that want to expand their programming equitably. We will streamline the processes as we synthesize resources, customize to scale for different organizations, and serve communities' needs directly.
We'll address topics that typically throw organizations off course in a 3-phase process. First, we'll create an online course with modules to address tool library establishment, expansion, and economic sustainability. Second, we will develop the mentorship periods for participants to create a targeted approach with their community needs at the center. Third, we'll update resources and develop a process to streamline and increase access. Throughout, we'll leverage grants, donations, and a paid access platform that will grow through scholarships. If the tool library movement has taught us anything, it is that you can't build it for them, but you can lend the right tools for the job.
The initial launch of the Tulip would be regional, focusing in South King County and similar communities in the Pacific Northwest. While this has global potential, we avoid the one-size-fits-most approach by connecting with community members directly and learning about their specific needs and support networks. Currently, we have a 2-year development timeline with a trial cohort launching in 2025 and a total launch budget of $266,000. We've already received a vote of confidence from the NextCycle seed grant to build a strong foundation. We've also begun to pursue grant funding that would cover approximately 75% of startup costs, and program participants are expected to contribute a portion of those costs as well. But to build an equitable access, we are seeking a 20% donation match or $55,000. Ongoing budgetary needs would be supported in balance with grants, contracts, and donation, as well as this would help maintain and grow the service region of the Tulip. Today, we're here to find the right grant alignments and partners, investors, participants, and nope, that's it. No, also just people. Just like the diverse group of partners that exists with Skittle right now here. All right. By creating customized pathways, we're escorting participants to organizational success. The Tulip provides the right tools to create strong partnership network, which is key.
Take root with Tulip. How will you help us grow? Join us in a global movement as we address climate change and inequality as an organization that empowers the community. The Tulip, oh, thank you.